Go crazy. Go crazy.
Paving the secret.
Go crazy, go stupid. Hit in the third eye like a nigga Cupid. I'ma make you shuffle like Drake with a tussie. I'ma show you how Ray eat on that pussy. Let's go.
Welcome to another edition of the Red Clouds Podcast. You feel me? I got a few special guests with me. A couple guests I like to call the UL Big Three. Also, I got my man Malik co-hosting with me. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Bryce Washington.
Frank Bartley.
Jonathan Stowe.
Okay,
Boy, Malachi. Oh, my bad.
No, you
Oh,
good.
my bad.
You do your thing. Introduce yourself,
Yeah,
partner.
we out here. It's the Know All About Malachi, co-host. You know, we out here.
Absolutely. Couple things. Why don't y'all tell the audience where they can find y'all on social media?
Instagram, you can follow me at allamerican, ALL.American with a K instead of a C _. Twitter _Bryce32. That's all it is. That's where you can find me.
On IG, you can follow me at Frankie B _24. And on Twitter is DFrankieB _24.
For Instagram and Twitter, it's ISO _stove.
You can find me on. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
ISO _stove.
Yeah, you can find me on IG at the Malachi, all one word. On Twitter, Know All About Malachi.
Okay, that's a bet. But yeah, just wanted to get that out the way. But no, I like I said, we got a few of y'all on. Definitely want to bring a platform for the talent that Louisiana has to offer. I've been knowing Bryce pretty much for the better part of 14, 15 years. I watched his growth pretty much. We went to St. Aug High School, watched him basically become the player and become the man that he is. I watched Stove and Frank both at UL cut up. And speaking of UL, like, why don't y'all talk about, like, what made y'all go to UL? What made y'all, like, sign off, when y'all came on?
You want to start the introduction? I mean, that's your fault that I ended up there. But you go ahead. Do your thing, man.
I guess throughout the recruiting process, man, I started to get offers, I guess, going into my junior year. And I just like what UL had to offer. It was, not too far, but far enough. I knew they had a good academic program. It felt like home. It felt like family. And I knew they had a great basketball program also. So at the end of the day, that's what I really wanted in the school. And I just loved everything about it. Coach Kevin Johnson, that was a guy that I really got close with who was recruiting me heavy. And, I knew I was going to be a good piece of that organization, not just 1 year, all 4 years. And that's why I chose it. I just went my gut and I chose that school, and I'm very happy I did it, honestly.
That's fire.
So mine was a little different. I wasn't so much interested in UL as they was interested in me. And me and Bryce we roomed together on a couple AU trips. Mm-hmm. And Scotty, who was our original roommate, they both had committed there before I did. And they both basically talked and begged me to come there. I was trying to wait till I had a couple Power 5 looks. I was trying to wait to see if they were going to offer or what the case was going to be.
Who was looking at you?
I had Cal, Georgetown, then another one. I forgot the last one. But those two for sure. I was trying to wait to see if they was going to offer. And ended up just listening to them, and that's what happened. They talked me into doing that. Worst mistake of my life. No, I'm just playing.
He knew he wanted to come there, man. He knew. He knew where he wanted to win.
Nah, for me, I went to BYU first. So I went to prep school out of high school, and I played basketball for a full year at prep school because I played football in high school too.
Really?
Yeah.
What position you played?
Receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, and outside linebacker.
Textbook.
Yeah.
Ooh, lying.
What?
This dude Frank played everything. So
Oh, what?
he played it, but good.
But nah, I was a two-sport athlete. So when I went to prep school, that was my first full year of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wanted to work on my game, and I had a bunch of offers. They were interested in me in high school, but I didn't want to go out of high school. I thought I was better.
And where are you from?
I'm from Baton Rouge.
Okay, what high school you went to?
Christian Life with Stove.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
both
probably-
Christian.
Yeah.
Both Christian
Okay.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you older?
I'm older.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're older. You got okay.
I'm 2 years older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I went to
Okay.
prep school, so it was a post-grad year.
So you graduated in 2012
12.
from high school. Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
post-grad was 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to, I actually committed to Auburn out of after prep school. The coach got fired. Tony Barbie, he ended up being assistant coach at Kentucky with Cal. So I decommitted from there. And then I ended up signing to BYU. I went there my freshman year, sophomore year. Didn't play as much. Thought I should have been playing, obviously.
They probably regret that.
Yeah, they still follow me to this day. A lot of people still hit me up, but I had to do what's best for me. I didn't want to stay and wait it out for 2 more years, and they had a big time recruiting class coming in, and I didn't want to deal with that. And this was around the time my grandmother was really getting sick, so I wanted to come back closer to home. UL was a perfect spot. Talked to Stowe. Stowe made the call to coach, and we did like that. So I had 2 years at UL with them, and that was it. I redshirted. What was this, y'all? Sophomore year, I redshirted, and I just picked up on the offense and everything. So once it was time for me to play, I just fit right in.
The rest was history. It was seamless. It was pretty much seamless, right? Because you played with Stove in high school.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you played with or against Bryce on the AAU circuit. I'm sure. And then the rest is history pretty much after that, right?
Yeah. Basically.
What was it like playing with Malik back in high school?
Pure comedy, bro. The way he is right now is the way he's been. He's clown.
Malik is probably the funniest person on the team. Him, before the game, I'm stretching, trying to get serious. He in the middle of the game, middle of the float, dying, laughing at something, cracking a joke. But he come ready to play.
Doing a serious game, he playing around, but he still get the job done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hear you. He told me he was a knockdown shooter.
He was.
For sure.
Yeah, he was.
For sure. He brought me and him. I think we played a team from Kentucky. We was down 24. But I seen me and him had a rule. It was we get down 20, we just gonna start jacking. Man, I think I hit 2 hit 7 in the second half. We came back and won. It was some crazy game type stuff.
Storybook shit.
Yeah, for real. We was down 23. And they were state champs too. We just started jacking. We was all right, you know what time it is, and just started pulling.
Moving on to the next thing, when y'all got to UL and y'all finally got the Big 3 formed and y'all played together, some of y'all moments, because y'all part of y'all cross capital, right?
Yeah.
Y'all 3, y'all, okay. What was some of y'all best moments at UL, favorite moments? And you can name multiple of them.
We talking about basketball or just
Thing.
Confessions.
Yeah.
One of our parties that we threw was called Confessions, man. That was me and Stowe junior year. That was Frank coming off the red shirt, so we was obviously playing, was very well known around the city. And, it was a very anticipated party because we started promoting for it maybe the summer, May. And the party was in September, and it got so big, so crazy on social media. When we started working out with UL, the news actually started asking us about it. Yeah. And we knew it was gonna be fun and everything like that, but when we had people from New York, Kentucky, California hitting us up,
crazy.
That's hard.
we booking hotels, and we had 10 people with us. We're trying to buy tickets now, and I said, we were sold out of tickets before school started.
Yeah,
man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it was crazy how it happened, man, and the party lived up to its hype, man. That was the best part I've ever been to. I enjoyed it, man, and that was definitely one of my memories, I guess, as a regular student, as you say.
Yeah, that was fire also because of the fact that it was we picked a perfect weekend. Every school in the state was playing out of town. So it's just nobody had nothing to do, and they just came down to the party.
Stars aligned.
Yeah, it was just perfect timing. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought it was cool, the fact that our head coach, Bob Marlin, he was on board too. He was joking around with us, and he obviously he'd tell us to be careful and stuff, but he already knew what the deal was with us when it came to that. But he was cool.
All 3 of y'all got good heads in y'all shoulders.
Facts. He kind of gave us a little leeway.
That's a player. And see, in that type of that type of relationship and that type of trust, I'm sure, extended to the court too.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
absolutely.
Yeah. After I remember after we graduated, me and Bryce came back for homecoming to watch the practice. And he was like, man, I knew what you guys were doing, but y'all hit it well. Y'all used to come to practice, act like nothing happened.
Right.
He was like, I can't tell y'all when y'all got drunk the night before or whatever, but he was like, these guys don't know how to handle that just yet. You know what I mean? He was like, I had great maturity for
Man,
sure.
but look, let me ask y'all this. Y'all all three are part of the same, you know what I'm saying, organization. Like, you know, without getting too detail specific, like, how did crossing affect y'all athletics in any kind of way, y'all think?
Man. Not for me. This was my red shirt year when I crossed. For them, I can't speak for them.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Yes and no. Like, cause man, they like obviously like your number one when you go to school, your number one goal is school and hooping. You're on scholarship. So like, you know what I mean. We kind of made that known. You know what I mean. That's our number one priority. But it do have an effect. You know what I mean. Just like on your daily lifestyle, like it changed a lot. You feel me? You be tripping a little bit. You be tripping a little bit.
Going through the process, you want to be so focused and so engaged with the organization. So then you lose focus on school and kind of you gotta hoop, you gotta go to practice and stuff. You feel me? You gotta do all that.
It was tough, man. It ain't for everybody. Like, you know, everybody, you know, want to do it. It's really not for everybody. At the end of the day, you gotta be built different.
Nah, it was some crazy times, especially because it was going into the sophomore year. So that was around the time me and Bryce became even more instrumental part of the team. Like we were solidifying our roles and our spots on the team, and we was a big part. So that was just going through that process. That just was crazy in itself, and then trying to hoop too. And then, you know, you gotta let coach know that, you know, what's really going on. You feel me? That talk was a little tough too. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, it was cool though.
Yeah, man. Well, glad y'all boys made it through, man. Glad y'all made it through.
I had no other option.
It seemed like a little speed bump in the road, but it seemed like it didn't really slow y'all down. So, you know, thank goodness for that.
What would y'all say was your best like hooping moment, like as far as like how far y'all went like as a team or? You know?
I seen it for sure.
For sure.
But, what was that like? Like, what was some of y'all like best moments for that?
The first one, it was just in Cuba, like our international trip. Like we had 3 guys that were redshirted, you know what I mean? And our junior year, we went too good, you know what I mean? We knew we would struggle a little bit. We were young, and it was just us 3 and another guy, and we had to play 35 minutes a game for us to even be in the game, you know what I mean? So that was tough in itself. So that going into our senior year, we just knew we had the pieces to really be good. We went to Cuba, and the games were fun, like, all of us playing together, that was fun. Like, I remember one time, we didn't matter who got the rebound. Like, everybody, as soon as somebody got the rebound, everybody took off. And I remember we used to be in the track race to the other end. But just the whole bonding of that trip, you know what I mean? We couldn't have phones, like, we had service. So it forced us to really hang together, you feel me, and build relationship with one another.
And it helped the fact that we went out there, and it was our first time playing against pros. Like, we played against the Cuban national team out there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
how was that?
A lot of guys playing, like making money for real. While we in college, it was tough. I mean, guys were bigger, physical.
The rules different out there a bit too, huh?
Yeah.
But the older guys that know how to play, and it kind of got us ready for some stuff we didn't see in our conference, obviously. Yeah. So we went out there and we played well. Guys got their moments.
So it was a big confidence boost.
For sure.
For sure.
And then after we played, I mean, then we had the whole time to ourselves as a team. Just to spend more time with each other, so we were just cool after. He laughing because they know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we had a blast though.
Yeah, like you said, man, like that whole year, we knew we was gonna be good at the end of the day, cause you know those guys that couldn't play, like they was going at us every day the year before we was going at them, so we knew when they was gonna be eligible and everything like that, we was gonna be fine. Man, you know, you got guys like me, Frank, and Stowe that been around a minute now. Like, we know the system. We know what we got to do on and out the court. So it was to a point where, you know, we're all leaders, but we all lead in different ways. So, you know, with our coach, like, we told him, man, you don't even have to do nothing this year. Like, you know, to be honest.
Give us the keys.
Yeah, just give us the keys to the team. Yeah. And he did. And, man, like, they said that Cuba trip, once we really got close.
Before Cuba, I think after our junior year, that spring going into the summer, 1, 2, 3, plus Obviously we're going to our senior year, so we ain't going for nothing. Like freshmen, y'all better get on board type stuff.
Yeah.
Like we ain't playing. The coaches knew like we had our heads on us. We was ready to work. Like as soon as we could start playing again, practicing. So I think we went into that spring session, kind of went on our minds. Like everybody was hungry. We were competing hard. And by the time summer came, we was grinding. Everybody kind of knew their roles already. And then once we got to Cuba, we was already ready. And on top of that, got the experience to play against those guys, and just gave us the confidence to play at that level that we did our senior year.
Mm-hmm.
But to piggyback off the question that you said, our best times at UL, really just the everyday lifestyle. Like, man, like it was always something to do. Like even if we weren't going to a party or doing something, like we had a vibe going. You know what I mean? We used to have kickbacks in the room just on some like random Wednesday. Like we ain't got class tomorrow. All right, let's have a kickback right now. Like house parties. Yeah, you feel me? So just the everyday lifestyle we live. And then being able just how well we was known in the community, not just on campus, but the community. Like we could go to the store and people see us, holler at us. Like you don't get that too often. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We think we just regular people, but felt like a little, some mini rock stars in our own little sense. So that was always cool for sure.
Yeah, that was fire, bro. Like I said, like just being back in New Orleans, like watching y'all grow, like just to hear, because I heard it from Brent. Obviously hearing from Bryce every time he came back to the city, that shit was fire. To see y'all bring like UL program, actually the basketball program, back to like a forefront. Yeah, like you feel me? Like, and I know Bryce, ain't you the leading rebounder in school history?
I'm second behind actually our teammate. We was actually on the same team, Sean Long, man, but he's first, I'm second. So he was a monster. So I definitely, he still is a monster actually. But I respect it. He's one, I'm two. I think that's a huge accolade for me. That's probably the best thing that I did, for the team and everything like that. And I encouraged it. I loved it.
Absolutely not. Rebounding is a part of finishing defense, especially defensive rebounding, and like that's the dirty shit. Like that's the boxing out. Nobody want to do that shit. Mm-hmm. People swinging elbows, you know what I'm saying? So, as a person that work in a post, you feel me? As a player that work in a post, I feel me. I know what you was doing down there. I know that's like the meat and potatoes of basketball. Yeah, you feel me? But moving on to talk about like what y'all doing now. What's some of the things y'all doing now?
I'm currently personal trainer. So I'm working on getting my CSCS, which is Certified Strength and Conditioning. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing that. I do that for people who just want to stay in shape and people who, just want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever their goals are. And then, but I'm more specific towards athletes in basketball for sure. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like, I feel like that's a lack. And one, it's hard to get basketball players to lift. Mm-hmm. And then two, when you get them to lift, it's only they want to do very minimal. You know what I mean? But when you lifting and working out, it increases your durability on the court. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing at this point is longevity. I mean, if you could play this for 12 years and make, $100K for 12 years, and why not do it?
What's what's the name of your business? So what's the name?
POP Performance. So the name originated from my grandfather who passed away, but Personal Optimal Performance, and then we just do POP for my grandfather. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You be getting me right.
Yeah, okay.
I be in there with him.
Same.
And tell the audience what y'all doing.
So
where y'all at right now?
We're both professional basketball players. We play overseas. I played out of college. I played in Canada. Then I went to Spain. Then I played in Germany last year. So this is about to be my 4th year as a pro. I got a couple teams interested right now. Just taking my time really. So I can go where it's the best fit for me. But I'm just waiting on a phone call right now. So,
yeah, same. Started out playing in Canada. Me and Frank actually was on the same team, which was very cool in my opinion. After that, throughout the summer, I decided to sacrifice my summer. I played in Australia for their league and everything.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. So I did that. I definitely enjoyed it, man. Like that was a hell of an experience in my opinion. Then right after Australia, I went to Israel. So I've been to Israel for the past 2 years. You know, did big things out there. So now, you know, I'm in a lot of talks with Israel, but also some different countries like that too. So it just depends on, like Frank said, the fit. It's all about the fit. You know, it's not just about, you know, just going for the bag and everything like that. You definitely got to be comfortable with the situation that you're in. So now we're just waiting on basically just the right fit for me. And I may end up back there, so I don't know yet.
Okay, and I was checking you out, Frank. Like Spain is actually where the next to the NBA, the next big basketball.
So I was in the second division in Spain.
So he's in the second division. Okay, so I mean that's a pretty tough league.
It's still
like,
tougher than a lot of first divisions.
Hell
yeah. But I mean, it was cool, man. I did my thing. Got player of the year, importer of the year, everything out there. On team, won the championship out there.
Congrats
appreciate
on that.
you. Yeah, season got cut short due to COVID, so it was tough. So we still finished as champs regular season. But yeah, man, it was a hell of an experience.
What's it like traveling? Like y'all been, like I said, I didn't hear y'all done been to Cuba.
Right.
Y'all done been to Canada, Spain, Israel, Australia.
Man, we
New
blessed.
Zealand, too.
Yeah, we blessed, man. We doing a lot of once in a lifetime trips, and we taking advantage of a lot of opportunities just traveling abroad. A lot of people don't get to see that part of the world. They just think U.S. and that's all there is to it. And nah, there's a whole different part, different cultures, different food, different languages you got to deal with. I mean, it's cool to see, like, there's wine and stuff, like, there's different types of wine and stuff out there, man. It's like, it's a blessing to be able to go out and see that kind of stuff, because you don't do that every day.
What's the most difficult part?
The language, probably. For me, the language.
Yeah, language?
Yeah.
What about you, B?
For me, it's probably just leave my family.
And family, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, the language, I mean, I like it. You know, I try to learn, you know, their language and stuff like that. Like, every day I learn a new word.
Nah, man, I mean, you always been in the library.
Yeah, man. So it's definitely a challenge because, like, you want to understand what they're saying. So, you know, one thing I did for myself and my personal goal is, like, I learned a new word every day when I was in Israel. Like, that's what I did for the past 2 years. So now I can actually hold conversation and understand, you know, a little bit what they're saying, you know. So
that's fire.
And, you know, that's always my goal. But, like, just leaving family, man, that's always tough to be across the world, like, literally across the world for 9-10 months. And that's always the hardest thing for me.
You 7-8 hours ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when our day is over, y'all just getting up.
Yeah.
So it's not like, we can just pick up the phone in the middle of the day and call y'all.
Yeah.
But, you know, you make it work and stuff like that, man. Like you say, you still blessed at the end of the day. You know, you seeing different countries, different continents and everything like that, man. Like, it's, you know, I'm 25, so I've seen more than the average person easily. And, you know, I'm just enjoying every step of the way, day by day. Because at the end of the day, you never know when this game gonna be taken away from you. So I always enjoy it.
I mean, just to add on what they said, when they leave, like, I don't have nobody to hang out with. You feel me? These kind of guys I be with all the time. So when they go, I mean, they be sometimes 3:00 in the morning. They having full blown conversations in a group message. And I'm getting I'm like, man, us them too. But no, I think even like they said, just leaving family because when they gone, you know what I mean. My parents always asking like, how Bryce and Frank doing? When they coming home? When this? When that? You know what I mean? We having the family function. They want them to come through. You know what I mean? So I think that's to add to that. That's definitely the tough part. You know what I mean?
You was speaking real big into the strength and conditioning part, and I got a couple questions for you. So one statement. Like, I see you for sure, like, in all the no league basketball. I feel like obviously I coach like part of, you know, obviously like leagues and shit like that, but like one of the things I admire about your game is the strength that you play with.
Yeah, appreciate
and just
that.
like Frank was saying, like a lot of people just like they can't deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, and like I watched you, I feel like that was a big part that you added to Headshot. Shout out to Headshot basketball.
Facts.
You feel me? Representatives. But I feel like that was a big part that you added to them, and like you on the defensive end, backing down on the offense end. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a different element that they didn't have. You know, and I appreciate that part of your game.
And
For sure.
I appreciate
he can
that for
still
sure.
play at a high level. So
I was just, and that was my follow-up question.
if any coach or scout is watching this, man, get him on board, Jonathan Stowe.
I still get a little bucket here and there, you know.
He plays at a high level still. His IQ is obviously there. he's stronger than the average guard. You just spoke on it. I mean, we play pickup all the time. We playing ones. I mean, he's literally there competing still. Like he's playing. He's a pro.
Yeah. So that was my follow up. Like, are you trying to get in any deals or any?
Yeah, I mean, if they come, like if they come through, I'd gladly take it. I just kind of made peace with it. You know what I mean? Like everybody, that's not for everybody.
Man, listen.
Man, you made for that.
You built for
You built.
I am.
I've been being chill the whole time.
I am, but I just feel like I got sometimes it may not be your purpose. You feel
Man,
me?
listen, I appreciate that because I also, one thing about this podcast is about giving back or putting the platform to black businesses for sure.
Right.
But like also at the same time, this going on YouTube, like it's going on Instagram.
Yeah.
If coach is looking, tell them what type of player that they be getting.
One, a hard working player. You know what I mean? I play both ends for sure. Offense, defense. I could guard 1 through 4, just about.
I seen it.
I could score. You know what I mean? I used to be a drive first guy, but now I could shoot the tray. I could create for myself. You know what I mean? I'm efficient. I don't need 20 shots to get 20. You know what I mean? Now a lot of times I'm gonna get to the free throw line and get eight of those points at the free throw line, and the rest I can figure out in transition. Or I could get it, you know what I mean, knock it down in the half court, create a bucket for myself. So
And he's 6'4", 230. Like, who don't want that?
Frank, y'all about the same size?
Nah, he bigger than me.
But look, this is all I gotta say, man. This is all I gotta say. 2012 Christian life, y'all know what, we all blinged up. We got that. But I'm saying, dude, Stove, how tall you is, Stove?
6'4".
Stove was our 5. After they graduated, after 2012 left, Stove was our 5. Okay? So me and RJ was the primary decision maker. Stove had to clean up everything. So I feel like a lot of scouts seen him down low doing the dirty, some Udonis Haslam type work. Like, he still got it done, but it's just like they didn't introduce that point Zion. Like if Stove would have been running point, shit would have been totally different by now. Totally different. But that was our situation, yo. Like that was the situation that we was.
They need to pull up some of that NOLA League film.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit was ridiculous.
I need to get the no league back popping for real.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, that's honestly one of the reasons why I got y'all down here, because I know it's hard to. I know it's rare with y'all careers and everything, getting y'all all down. So I thought it was absolutely dope.
The perfect
to
timing.
get y'all all three on one set. Y'all was down for a basketball tournament, so just like you said, it was perfect timing. The stars aligned, and shit, man, this is gonna be great. Like absolutely, and I appreciate y'all for the opportunity.
I appreciate for having us.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. And Frank, I believe you was telling me, you said you got some personal project that you just completed.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
Man, over the summer, obviously during the COVID season, it was tough when I was in Germany, and we just had a lot of downtime because we couldn't go out, couldn't do a lot of things. So I was just thinking about things I wanted to do and stuff when I came back home. And I talked to my parents. I talked to him about it. And I was like, hey, I probably need to start this camp. I need to do a camp because we don't really have a lot of that back home in Baton Rouge, for real. We got guys in the NBA, but they barely home. So it's kind of tough. So I wanted to do something special for the kids. I started my foundation this year. Frank Bartley IV Foundation, and it's bigger than sports. So I did my first basketball camp this summer. Had a few kids come out. I think next year is gonna be way bigger. I got more people wanting to come in now. They just wanted to see how I did, whatever. So a lot of people been hitting me up about next year, what they need to do. I'm probably gonna do one in Lafayette, where I went to school at UL, and then I'm gonna have one in Baton Rouge. Obviously gonna be bigger, so just be on the lookout for that. But
absolutely.
I'm glad to get that first one off my back. So we good now. We ready to roll.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's about, giving back to the kids.
Facts.
Giving back to young black men. Giving back to the community.
Yep.
But just going back to just piggybacking off that, what's some of the people that's in your life, in your games, in your basketball games, some of the people that inspired y'all to be who y'all are today?
For life, I'll probably say just my family, like my grandparents, to my brother, my mom, my dad. They just whatever needed to be done, they got it done. You know what I mean? Them some hardworking people. I just seen them go through some trying times, and they still kept trucking. Basketball wise, for sure, Kobe. Like That's who I wanted to be. Everything, you know what I mean? Just the competitiveness, how he approached the game, the details. That was for sure my go-to person to look up to for inspiration.
Well, for me, I think it's my family as well, specifically my parents. I mean, you know my dad, he don't stop. He always on the hunt. The thing about that is he in his early 60s, so you feel me? It's time for him to kind of slow down, but he don't have no slow down in him. So, I mean, I want to get to the point in my career where I can kind of retire them and help them out financially and stuff. I mean, they're going to be good regardless, but I want to be the one to kind of help them out. And so that keeps me going. That motivates me. So I want to do it before they do it. Basketball-wise, I ain't really start watching players like that for real until I got serious about basketball. And then everybody was like, "Oh, you play like Drew Holiday type stuff."
Well, I was just about to.
You feel me?
Talk like him too.
So
God
I mean,
damn it.
I just got on YouTube and just started learning Drew Holiday, watching his game, and I fell in love with it. And so I just try to model my game after him a little bit.
Man, listen, as a Pelicans fan, you feel me? As a personal Pelicans fan, like as somebody that like watched Drew for 7 years, like cut up, like seeing you on the court, like it's like mirror imaging.
Yeah.
You feel me? And like, bro, Drew the best defender.
I agree.
I don't know
To
if Frank.
me.
I don't know if Frank the best defender around here,
Yeah.
but
See how they try to do
That's
it?
true. That Tyler reserve.
Hey, if the game on the line, I'm gonna get a stop. That's all that
I got a
matters.
little buddy here in them too. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Little flamethrower.
Yeah, he done got a chopper recently, which I haven't seen. But
I'm gonna let it fly.
Yeah, that Nola League game winner.
that's
I'm
what
gonna let it fly.
Yeah, that's some of the best. Hey, up close though, that's some of the best high level basketball I've seen like in the city.
I mean, it's fun. Like you love to get to go out and compete against the best. So like, that's why we came out here because we thought we was about to play against some of the high level dudes. So and this is our first time playing together in years. So we was ready. So I mean, once they said the guys backed out, we was like, man, and we still came out here and got a good workout in this morning. Yeah. I mean, so we locked in on we locked in on what we got going on. Mm-hmm. I mean, but like you said, high level. That's our goal. Every time we out on the court or working out, we just try to be at the high level.
All right, Bryce. Tell them. I'm gonna tell them what I see in your game, but you tell them what you drew interest from, pretty much.
As in the guy that I try to mold my game into.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, who motivates you or who you emulate?
Motivation, man, is my people. Obviously, man. More specifically my brother. Honestly, like since we was kids, I've been running behind him. I never wanted to be, with my age group, anything. I always wanted to run behind him. Like, till this day, I still say, like, he made me to the player I am, no matter what. You feel me? So, I mean, everything I do is really for him, my people, and all that type of stuff. Basketball-wise, I never molded my game to be nobody because I really didn't take it serious. And, you can ask that one over there, to be real with you, after my junior year of college, I told him, I said, after this, I'm done. Like, that's what I said. Like, he's literally the reason why I'm still playing. Yeah, if you really want to be honest about the situation, I really didn't care about the game at the end of the day because I knew regardless of what I did, hoop or
them checks,
whatever, I was gonna get my money regardless. Still, till this day, like I'm I don't need basketball to get the same money. I know how to maneuver around it, but I mean, I love the game. I'm obsessed with the game, and the reason why is because of Jonathan. Like he's literally the reason why I'm still hooping at this moment. So, I try to get more into it to try to find a guy like, I'm very similar to Draymond, how Boris Diaw used to play, and, footwork like Paul Millsap. Those are the three guys that I love.
God damn.
You like that?
I like that.
Like I said,
that's spot on.
Listen, that Atlanta Paul Millsap.
That's spot on.
Spot on.
Yeah.
That's spot on.
That's just me, man. And like I said, I'm not flashy. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy, nothing special. But at the end of the day, when that time go out, you're gonna see me having 20 and 12 and 5, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, how you did that?" So, I don't gotta explain to you. As long as your numbers come across the table, we win. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be flashy. I'm cool with that. I'm always flying on the radar. I'm fine with that.
I love it. I love the mentality. And let me tell you, just speaking back to like some of the player comps that I think you got some sheet in your game. For sure, I think you done, like kind of stepped out to that jumper now. You got some Rashid in your game. Definitely, you pretty much stole it from me to Draymond.
Yeah. That 2010 and 5, that's definitely Draymond's.
I mean, nah. That's the thing about being a complete basketball player, when you can impact the game everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, when you can impact the game scoring, defensively, when you can make your teammates better. And I really think all three of y'all like possess. I think that's what's special about that core. You know, when y'all are on the court, because y'all have the ability to do all three of those. Like, absolutely, and I fuck with it.
I think that's what made even back to our senior team so special. It's like we didn't like, even if somebody else was scoring, like we didn't really care who was scoring. Just like we gonna get the job done.
Win.
Yeah, like if this person need to be locked up, it's either gonna be like one of us arguing about who gonna take him for the rest of the game. Like that was just how we were. You know, what I mean, that's our identity was.
We knew, like it got so crazy at some point. You know, like I said, we always made sure that we did everything right. Like we knew we wasn't gonna lose. And you know, when we had the starting 5 lineups and stuff like that, like we looked around at each other like yeah, we here, and this shit better work. like that's how it was. Cause we knew like we had the keys, like you know, like before games, man. Like we knew we was gonna throw a kickback after the game. Like we had everything ready, so we like, man, halftime, let's be done with this. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun after the game. Like that's how we was. Like we really looked at each other like, man, this shit better work, and we did it. We went out, we busted ass. Hey, move on.
Yeah.
Move on to the next. Like I said, it was at one point like we really was like really beating everybody bad.
Yeah.
Like it was tough. It
We went
was
to
really
like
bad.
a 5-6 game stretch. We were winning by like 30 plus.
Yeah, I averaged I think at one point our average margin of victory was like 18, 19. Like it was bad at one
So
point.
how far y'all went y'all senior?
Man, we made it to the semifinals of the tournament. Now our regular season record was 25 and 5.
We were so good. We should have got an automatic bid.
Right.
Yeah.
We was 25 and 5. Like we know we with Lou Garza we played Lou Garza on our team when he was a freshman.
Yeah.
We beat our about 40. Like we was really that good.
Yeah, and I didn't even play that game.
Yeah.
They smacked them.
We
Yeah.
yeah. So like you know throughout the end of the year, man, like I said, injuries played a huge part. Like Stove got hurt, Marcus was hurt, Frank was banged up, Malik Marquetti, man, he was banged up, and Jakeem Gant, he got sick. So now we really have no one fully healthy.
You didn't catch bronchitis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
In
saying?
the conference tournament.
Know what I'm saying? So
He
it was,
didn't breathe right.
he really couldn't breathe. Like he
That
couldn't
shit
play.
blew me.
No, we walked in the locker room after halftime. He was laying on the floor with like oxygen mask on.
I said, "Damn, bro, you straight?" He said, "I can't breathe."
It's not funny, but
I said, "Damn, that's crazy."
But like you know, like nobody wanted to see us.
That just speak to the talent y'all had, the depth.
yeah.
Like, we was really that good.
I mean, it was kind of hard. Like you said, Jakeem was the second leading scorer. His newcomer player of the year, defensive player of the year that year in the conference. He was out, and then being me, I was third. Me and him was tied for third leading scorer, but I was out. Then like bringing the energy that I bring, it's like those 2 big blows. You know what I mean? Especially with having Jakeem as a rim protector. Dude block 4 or 5 shots a game. You know what I mean? They ain't getting lobs. You know what I mean? It was just a different element. Try to replace that. Yeah, try to place off that energy and just what he brought, and then trying to replace what I brought too is just, it was too much of a blow at that one time. Honestly.
I feel that. But wrapping up, I just want to say, like, I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate the opportunity. If y'all have anything y'all want to shout out, I know what's just remind the audience again, what's your business?
POP Performance. You could get to it through my Instagram, ISO_stove. This is a link to it right there in the bio, for sure.
Okay. Any Frank B? Y'all got anything y'all want to close out with?
Nah, man, appreciate you for having us,
The
man.
facts.
Good time. It's good seeing you, man. We ain't seen you since 2 years ago.
Bro, between 2020 and 2021, bro, that shit like don't exist.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was a blur for
That shit
real.
was a
That
blur
shit
for
about to be a
real.
repeat too.
I hope not, but don't speak that.
Fuck, I hope not.
I
Hey,
speak-
speaking of which, mask up. You feel me?
Yep.
Protect one another. You feel me? That's all we got. We
Yeah.
trying to return back to normal.
Facts.
We trying to see these guys complete their fucking seasons.
Facts.
You feel me? So mask up.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate y'all guys, and we out.
For sure. Oh yeah, shout out to Curation Clothing Line, Solid Souls Clothing Line too. They're my two people. Black owned too. So y'all go support them.
Hey, to the young kids, man, that may watch this video, young athletes, girls and boys, man. No dream is too big. And like I said, you always follow your dreams, man. No matter what, you have to set the tone at the end of the day. You know, you got to put in the work. Whatever you put in, you're gonna get back out. And you know, my guys that's in college or high school, you know, if you don't get drafted or don't get any looks, man, keep going. Cause guess what? When you playing overseas, you know, you prove yourself overseas and start playing in the big leagues, man. All 30 teams and GMs gonna be right there at your games, and you never know they gonna call you. And they might want to play you summer league, and you know you might get picked up on the team. You never know. So your journey does not stop after college if you do not get drafted. A lot of people don't know that. Just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's another edition of the Red Clouds podcast. We're gonna close out. No better way than that. Thank you.
Yeah.